So, good morning. We are going to learn reading fill in the blanks questions with me. We will try to solve some medium based questions and we will pick up the topics from here and we will keep in mind time management. Okay. So, the Roman people had at first been inclined to regard the French Revolution with either indifference or dash. With either indifference or dash. So indifference or something. So the word which looks similar to this word, indifference or derision, indifference or dispatches, nahi. Indifference or division, indifference or, so it should be a little different word. Let's move on further. But as the months went by and the dash who remained in the city were less and less. So who remained in the city? And the dash who remained in the city were less and less dash off an early return home. So somebody is trying to talk to me.
Sorry, my second blank but everything is fine.
Acha. So Navkirat, it is a recording lesson. So
Oh,
I'll be
sorry,
in
sorry,
for next 20-25 minutes and then we will have a two-way lesson. Okay.
sorry. I just joined, so I don't know. Sorry.
No, that's okay. And who were less and less dash of an early return. So we might try to say derision here. Okay, we don't know the meaning of the word amigers, less and less hopeful because they are like, no, maybe we will not go home any sooner, like us. So we say hopeful, less hopeful. By the dash who remained in the city, by went by months, by the division who remained in the city, by the amigers. I don't know, I'm just guessing. So, oh my God, how lucky I am. Now, how did I do the guessing part? So, what happened was I didn't know the meaning of this word. I didn't know the meaning of this word. I'm very honest here. However, I still marked these words because derision looked a little negative word to me, and I needed a noun. Okay. So, and I needed a singular noun because indifference is singular. So, dispatches was cancelled anyway. Okay, division could have been there, but they're not talking about dividing anything. Cheerful was anyways a positive word, so I cancelled it. Hopeful I had to say here because it was an adjective anyways. Okay, so it's in a less and less dash. So it was adverb plus adjective example. Early return home, like me, we may go back home, so we say hopeful. The amigers who remained in the city. Now dispatches, division, cheerful, this would not really make any sense because we need somebody, like not something. We need somebody. So, if you know the meaning of this word emigration, what does emigration means? Basically, people who go to some place, right? So, migration. I'm just guessing that this word looks like migration to me. So, let's check out what's the meaning of this word. So, emigrate. Mm, it didn't even tell us the meaning of the word. But let's check derision. Derision. See, I told you it's a negative word. Okay. So derision is a ridiculous feeling. Okay. And not considering serious. So it's like they were not like serious about it. Okay. So derision is a negative word. You can put that in your notebook. Now let's check the meaning of the word amigers. Amigers. So we should try to learn new things. A person, see, I told you, amiger looks like migration. Okay. So country in order to settle in another country. So basically, amiger is a word for emigrant. Like we are emigrants from India. We are immigrant in Australia. I hope you make sense. E means exit. I means in. So from India, we exit. In Australia, we came in. So we are immigrant in Australia and we are emigrant in India. So hopefully that makes sense what it means when I say emigrant. So that was the small word that I picked because they were talking about people going back to their country. So this is what I was thinking, we could say. Okay. Let's try the next one. So we learned two meanings, derision and amegar. I'm sure you've written that on your notebooks. Gauze was a child prodigy. There are many dash concerning his precocity, blah blah blah. Very difficult. But what I'm interested in the word many. There are many anecdotes. There are many researchers. There are many discoveries concerning his precocity as a child. There are many discoveries. There are many researchers. I'm going to go with this word, although I'm not very sure of the meaning of the word, but it looks good. He made his first groundbreaking mathematical dash while still a teenager. What do we make when we are some scientist or something? So we make
Discovery.
discoveries. Okay, so we'll say he makes some groundbreaking mathematical discoveries. At just 3 years old, he dashed an error in his father payroll check. What do you do with error? You correct it.
Correct.
Okay. He was looking after his father's account on a regular, we normally say
Basis.
regular basis. So it is a collocation. So you can write this on your notebook just like that, that regular basis is a collocation. Okay. So now we also need to know the meaning of the word anecdotes. So
Anecdotes.
anecdotes means a personal account or a small set of stories, okay, that are personal, like small stories that we tell our children. So they are called anecdotes, okay. So you can write that word as well on your notebooks, okay. So on basis, regular basis was collocation, okay. Since biological systems with signs of dash engineering are unlikely to have arisen from accidents with signs of dash engineering, we need adjective here. Complex engineering,
Complex.
complete engineering. Complex looks good with engineering. Their dash must come from natural selection. What their dash? Plural. You remember yesterday also I taught you that when we say the word there, we should put a noun which should be plural. We've got only one or two options. Their functions come from natural selections or their ideas.
Ideas.
So you've got two choices. Their ideas come from natural selection and hence should have dash useful for survival and reproduction. Should have, yeah, dash
Function.
useful. Should have functions, no. Should have behaved useful. Um, yeah, looks good to me. No, no, oh no, functions. No, we've got ideas wrong. So it's their organization. So if you have a look at this, like I was trying to figure out, if you put the word ideas, I was okay with my grammar that okay, it is a plural word. So we should go with plural word. However, there was something stuck in my mind which was not allowing me to put that as the answer. Now, what was the problem? The paragraph context. Now, paragraph is not talking about ideas. Paragraph is not talking about thinking. So, paragraph is talking about accidents. Paragraph is talking about reproduction. You know what's reproduction? It's like making more kids. So, not ideas would come. So, I again looked into my paragraph. It said, have arisen from accidents or coincidences. Their dash must come from natural selection. Now, the moment I read this word natural selection, I decided in my mind that ideas won't fit. So what can be it? It's natural selection means what goes where. Okay. How you look, how you talk, how you eat. So how you are organized. Okay, like where is your genes, what gene is picked up, what is not. That is what they're talking. And hence should have functions. Okay, have. So with have you can put plural word again for survival and reproduction in environment which humans evolved, in which humans evolved. So the thing we should select the organization in such a way that we have functions which are useful. Functions are like qualities and stuff. So that's why that was your answer. Okay. Complex engineering, at least something was right. So I hope I'm clear on my concept. Next one, elements of both the psychoanalytic and behaviorist changes are dash in modern approaches to personality. So please keep this in mind in are dash in. So with are, you can put third form of verb. Okay. So our media in, our reveal in, our compare in, our pick in, our categorize in. So modern approaches are bridge in, are arranged in, are discovered in. So either of them, third form of verb. Elements of both psychoanalytic and behaviorist theories are arranged in modern approaches to personalities, or bridge in modern approaches to personality, or bridge in. Okay, let's keep doing. Advances in neuroscience have begun to dash the gap. I think we always bridge the gap. If you want to write on your notebook, bridge the gap. That means narrow the gap. That means remove the gap. Okay. So with the two, we put first form of verb. So also we had the gap. So we said the word bridge the gap. Okay. You can write that. It's a collocation. Without a consistent understanding of personality, how can we begin to dash risk takers? How can we begin to, with the two, dash risk takers, begin to reveal risk takers, begin to pick, begin to categorize? So,
Can
categorize, because we're trying to understand them, so we can say, categorize them. If we cannot, we will be unable to dash their genes with those of others. So, compare, right? We are comparing them. So, compare their genes with others. Now we've got few more options left. Now you can pick. So are arranged in, I'm gonna just say for now, are, yeah, thank God. Sometimes you're lucky to have the right guesses. So are arranged in. So arrange in is a right collocation. Okay, arranged in. Discovered is discovered by. Okay,
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
sorry, is somebody talking to me?
Is there just uneven? So I was just wondering how much.
I think it's just a student talking to her customer. So I'm gonna mute it. Okay, so are we clear with the concept? Why categorize? Because we are understanding the different personalities. So we have to put them into different categories. Okay, bridge the gap was collocation. Why we are comparing? Because we are having one set of genes, those of others. So like two types. So we are comparing. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's keep doing. So Life in the UK 2012 provides a unique overview of well-being in the UK today. The report is the first snapshot of Dash in the UK to be delivered by Measuring National Wellbeing Program. In UK, Dash, snapshot of Dash in the UK. Snapshot of range in UK, busy, updated, hold, set. Life in UK, we can say life. We are talking about life. Don't you think so? Life in the UK. Report is the first snapshot of life in the UK to be delivered by, oh, okay. Let's keep doing. Program and will be dash and published. So with B, we have to put a third form of verb because anyways, and is telling you that too. So we have only got one. We'll say updated. Pure grammar. Okay, I didn't even use my meaning. I only used grammar. B के साथ we put third form of verb, but also we have and. So and says जो आगे है वही पीछे आएगा. So published है तो third form of verb आएगी. Okay. Information such as the unemployment rate or dash of crimes. Number of crimes against, है ना? Number of crime against the person is presented alongside dash on people's thoughts and feelings. On. Alongside ideas on people's thought, alongside busy on nahi, alongside range on, presented along range on people's thought, codes on, set on, leisure on nahi. This is the only thing that looks good to me. The rest are not really fitting grammatically, but let's keep here. For example, satisfaction with our jobs or dash time and fear of crime. People's thoughts and feelings, for example, satisfaction with the jobs or leisure time. Leisure time, leisure time, entertainment time. So I've just guessed on one. Maybe I was wrong, but the rest was good. Okay. So we are happy to have all of them right. Now this one was a bit hard, but then they are talking about number. If you go back a little, if you go here, information, and then they say number of crimes. So what is number of crime? It's basically data, right? Data is like a lot of information. So if you read a little more faster, you would be able to guess your answer as data. Okay. Like a little more careful, you will be fine. Leisure time, because we are talking about satisfaction, happy, good things. So we said leisure time. Updated because of B, third. So you can write small grammar if you want. With the B, you put third form of verb. Okay. So that you can put in your notebooks. Life क्यों आया यहाँ पे? Because they're talking about life in UK anyways. So moving on further, we'll continue these questions until 10:15. Okay. So next, oh, a big one. From the earliest civilization, plants and animals have been portrayed as a means of understanding and recording the potential uses, such as their economic and healing properties. From the first illustrated dash of medicinal plants, from the first illustrated dash. So catalog, I think it should be catalog, statement, popularity number, from the first illustrated number of render dictated. नहीं, आना तो noun है. So catalog, right? A catalog is like a list of things which you can see or have in there. I'll say catalog because catalogs में वो सारी list होती है alphabetically wise, है ना, चीजों की. Then with the growing dash of copper plate engravings, with the growing, अच्छा growing के साथ ज्यादातर popularity, recognition, popularity, these are the things that will grow. In the evening also, we did this lesson. And you remember when one student wrote, and I was like looking at it, growing, no, I was laughing at him. He was saying, growing attitude. I said, no, attitude doesn't grow. Attitude increases. We grow popularity, we grow recognition. Okay, we get famous. Then, and the representation of plants and animals became more dash. Plants and animals became more accurate. We can say that because we are putting it in a book. So we'll say it's more accurate. More accurate, if you want to have this example, it is adverb. More is adverb. With adverb, what word do we put? Adjective. With adverb, what do we put? We put verb. Okay. Adverb plus adjective. As I told you yesterday as well, most popular question that students will fail to answer. Okay. So you should try to answer it right. Then they say were observed and directly and their likeness was dashed onto paper. Abhi dekho, were observed, were verb plus helping verb plus third form of verb. And लगा हुआ है तो we are going to follow the same. Helping verb plus third form of verb. दो ही है. Was dictated onto paper or rendered on paper. A choice is yours. I've left it to you. You can answer it, whether it should be rendered or dictated. You just need to find out what is the meaning of the word dictated, like a dictation. I say, you write, or somebody is telling and you are writing. Okay, so that's called dictation. So it was not the answer because they are not talking about dictation. They are talking about it is just written on a paper. Nobody is asking to write it. So it's not a dictation. So we would say rendered. Rendered means just put on a paper. Okay. To express, perform, to cover a wall, to make a fat liquid, or to give something in return, to cause. Basically, if I'd say rendered here, I would just simply say they've just put it on a paper. Rendered means put it on a paper. Okay. So I hope you are right with the rest of them. Why it was catalog? Because it was kind of a list of plants. So we say catalog. Okay. So I told you growing popularity, more accurate. That's all. Chalo, let's try the next one. So be patient. Guys, I know these classes are not so interesting, but be patient and try to listen carefully, okay? So don't keep going in and out. Okay, stay there. The study of objects constitutes a relatively new field of academic inquiry, commonly referred to as material culture. Okay, they're talking about material culture. Students of material culture seek to understand societies both past and present through careful study and dash of the physical or material objects. Abhi, we are looking at words, something which is similar to study. Careful study and dash, careful study and experiment, careful study and observation. Oh, I think I found my answer. Do you agree? Should be observation, है ना? Study and observe looks good together. The source material for study is exceptionally wide, dash not just human made artifacts. Yesterday also I told you, when we have two sentences and we see a comma, we are trying to look for something called connector. So, comma includes not just human made artifacts but also natural objects. Externally wide includes the source material, includes, we can say, source material as a result of, no, ये तो रहेगा ही नहीं capital letter, this will also not count, as in not just human artifacts but also the, I don't know, but I think should be includes or including where for study is exceptionally wide, including not just. Okay, that's a bit hard one. Let's wait for it. Some specialists in the field of material culture have made bold claims for its preeminence. In certain disciplines, it reigns dash. Oh, it reigns power. Reigns, if you, let me quickly check who all are there. अच्छा, हिंदी में बात कर सकती हूँ. रीन का मतलब होता है राज करना. ठीक है, लाइक राजा महाराजा जैसे वो क्या करते थे, वो राज करते थे, दैट्स कॉल्ड रीन. तो मैंने पावर लगा दिया वहां से. ठीक है, देन कनेक्टर लगेगा बिकॉज इट्स इन द बिगिनिंग ऑफ अ सेंटेंस, डैश कॉमा. ऑब्जेक्ट्स आर स्कॉलर्स हैव, are all scholars have to rely on in forming an understanding of ancient people. Dash, in such cases, in this way, abhi, it plays a critical role in archaeology. No, I normally leave it for later. पहले मैं ये करूंगी फिर मैं वापस आऊंगी. So, remains of literature often help to provide new and interesting insights into how people once lived and thought. Dash the case of medieval and post-medieval archaeology. As in the including the case of, अरे बाबा ग्रामर ने फंसा दिया. हेल्प करो यार मेरी, प्लीज हेल्प मी. Physical remains of literature cultures often help to provide new and interesting insights into how people once lived and thought. Dash the case of medieval and post-medieval archaeology, including the case of.
ऐसे ही आएगा मम्मी.
As in the case. यार यहाँ पे including ज्यादा अच्छा लग रहा है. Including the case of. New interesting insights. Even where written documents survive, the policy remains of literature often help to provide new and interesting insight on how people once lived and thought, including the case of medieval and post. हाँ, ये यहाँ पे अच्छा लग रहा है. यहाँ पे in such cases लगा देते हैं. अब यहाँ पे रह गया, पहले हमने यहाँ पे includes लगा देते हैं. includes not just human. पता नहीं, तुक्का लगाया, सब गलत हो गया. तुक्का तो लगाना ही नहीं है. एज इन आना सी, एज इन द केस ऑफ, और वहां पे इंक्लूडिंग ही ठीक था. चलो, कुछ तो सही था पहले. Okay. So sorry guys, sometimes yeah, your brain gets stoned. I did get stoned here, so I was not able to answer it. सुप्रीम, अच्छा, इट रेंज सुप्रीम. अच्छा, पावर की जगह पे सुप्रीम मतलब वो सबसे बड़ा है. दैट्स व्हाट दे आर सेइंग, लाइक सबसे पावरफुल है. सो सुप्रीम का मतलब द मोस्ट बेटर वन, लाइक जिसके पास सबसे ज्यादा जो बहुत सबसे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, दैट इज कॉल्ड सुप्रीम. सो इट reigns सुप्रीम, मतलब उसका राज सबसे बड़ा है. दैट्स व्हाट दे वर ट्राइंग टू से. ओके, लाइक सी, सुप्रीम मीन्स हाईएस्ट इन रैंक. ओके, सबसे बड़ा है. दैट्स व्हाट दे वर सेइंग, नॉट पावर. Yeah, makes sense. I was a bit confused here. But chalo, anyways, got something right, got something wrong. Okay. Work ready international students are providing greater options for local employers who are having difficulties dash local staff. हम staff को क्या करते हैं? Employer staff को क्या करता है? वैसे तो हम लोग हायर करते हैं, फाइंड भी कर सकते हैं. वर हैविंग डिफिकल्टीज फाइंडिंग लोकल स्टाफ, या फिर मैनेजिंग लोकल स्टाफ, फाइंडिंग कर देते हैं. वर्क रेडी इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स आर प्रोवाइडिंग ग्रेटर ऑप्शंस फॉर लोकल एम्प्लॉयर्स हु आर हैविंग डिफिकल्टीज फाइंडिंग लोकल स्टाफ. उनको मिल नहीं रहा ड्यू टू डैश एम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट्स. एम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट्स क्या है? लो है कि हाई है? एंड लो थोड़ी होगा, हाई होगा ना. तभी स्टाफ की कमी है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों के पास तो जॉब है. उल्टा है ना. अगर लो एम्प्लॉयमेंट रेट होता तो स्टाफ अवेलेबल होता है ना. ओके, फिर इंटरनेशनल स्टूडेंट्स इन अकाउंटिंग एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी टेक पार्ट इन ए ईयर लॉन्ग प्रोग्राम डैश ऑफ क्लासरूम वर्क कंसिस्टिंग ऑफ. ये इजी था, राइट? अच्छा, कंसिस्ट्स ऑफ क्यों नहीं आया? क्योंकि अगर कंसिस्ट्स होता तो ग्रामर बनती. यहाँ पे ग्रामर की बात नहीं हो रही है. हम करेंगे consisting of. Okay, practical experience which provides them with dash skills. कौन से skills चाहिए? Industry contacts with dash skills, with valuable skills, with knowledge skills, with experience skills. Work experience आएगा यहाँ पे, and working experience है ना. Working experience. यहाँ पे कौन सी skills डालोगे? Managing skills डालोगे? Practical experience हुआ है, क्या डालोगे? वैल्यूएबल स्किल्स डालोगे. मैनेजिंग स्किल्स, वैल्यूएबल स्किल्स. यहाँ पे नॉलेज आना था. पता क्या मेरे को कब पता चला कि मेरा ये आंसर गलत है? पता नहीं आपने नोटिस किया कि नहीं, वो एक्सपीरियंस तो पहले लिखा हुआ था. Then I was like, oops, एक्सपीरियंस नहीं आना, क्योंकि इट इज ऑलरेडी रिटन. ठीक है, तो हमें क्या मिल रही है? क्योंकि वो वैल्यूएबल है तो हमें नॉलेज मिल रही है, वर्किंग नॉलेज. ओके, एक्सपीरियंस ऑलरेडी दे दिया उन्होंने, सो दैट्स व्हाई इट वाज नॉट आंसर. सो अगर कई बार आप भी कंफ्यूज हो रहे हो, यार ये भी सही लग, तो ये भी सही रहा था, बट इट वाज ऑलरेडी टेकन नॉलेज. ओके, दैट्स व्हाई वी डिडंट एंटर दैट वन. चलो, लेट्स ट्राई दिस वन. आई एम गोना स्किप दिस बिग पैराग्राफ, because रीडिंग फिल इन द ब्लैंक्स में इतने बड़े नहीं आते. We're gonna go with this one. Look at the recent most respected companies survey by the Financial Times. Who are the most respected companies and business leaders at the dash time? कौन से टाइम की बात कर रहे हैं हम? At the dash time. अभी के टाइम की बात हो रही है ना. So recent. So recent का और कौन सा कीवर्ड है यहाँ पे?
करंट.
चलो लगा दो, at the current time. Okay. Dash has achieved their world class status through playing nice. को किसकी बात हो रही है? They are Jack Welch and General Electric and Bill Gates and Microsoft. Both has achieved or neither has achieved?
Neither.
किसी ने भी नहीं की. अब
Neither, man.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, कहने का मतलब कि नीदर तो तब आएगा ना अगर हम कह रहे हैं कि किसी ने भी नहीं की है. Neither has achieved their world class status
Man,
through playing nice. Welch
फिर
is
both भी नहीं आ सकता क्योंकि they are four.
respected companies. Who are the most respected companies in the current time? They are Jack Welch and General Electric. अरे दो ही हैं बेटे कंपनीज.
अच्छा, अच्छा कंपनी से ठीक है. हाँ जी,
हाँ
both.
देखिए ना, मैं भी कंफ्यूज हो रही थी. हैव अ लुक एट दिस वन, जैक वेल्च एंड जनरल इलेक्ट्रिक कॉमा बिल गेट्स एंड माइक्रोसॉफ्ट. ये
ओ ठीक है.
बंदा
जैक हाँ हाँ
कंपनी, बंदा और उसकी कंपनी। सो बोथ आना चाहिए, मेरे को तो ऐसे लग रहा है। ठीक है, दो दो चीज की बात हो रही है, दो चीजों की।
यस
एंड
मैम।
लगा हुआ ना यहाँ पे, यहाँ से पता चल कि both has achieved their world class status through playing nice. Welch is still remembered for the brutal downsizing. He led his business dash. His business through. है ना? He led his business. Brutal downsizing. He led his business by. And for the environmental pollution incidents and prosecutions. Business through. Through downsizing, है ना? कुछ ऐसा. It is like an indirect statement. Microsoft has had one of the dash profile cases of bullying market dominance. Has had one of the highest profile cases या biggest profile cases. द लगा हुआ है ना, तो इनमें से एक आएगा, हाईएस्ट या बिगेस्ट।
हाईएस्ट।
हाईएस्ट प्रोफाइल केसेस, है ना? काउंटिंग चल रही है। Recent, and Gates has been able to dash the financial status where he can choose to give lots of money away. Gates has been able to dash the achieve the financial status, है ना? वो मिल ले सका वो, equal to gain, है ना? So भी बस यहाँ पे, अच्छा नीदर, किसी ने भी नहीं अचीव किया। Neither has achieved their world class status through playing nice. अच्छा, if you go down, now I realize why it's neither. वो ना नीचे उन्होंने बोला ना कि उन्होंने they were having bad practices, है ना? बुली कर रहे हैं, पोल्यूशन कर रहे हैं, प्रोसिक्यूशन कर रहे हैं। डाउन साइजिंग का मतलब पता है, लाइक व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय डाउन साइजिंग? डाउन साइजिंग मीन्स काम से निकाल देना, जाओ मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, निकलो, है ना? अपने एम्प्लॉय को निकाल देना कि नहीं मैं नहीं अफोर्ड कर सकता, आप जाओ, इट्स कॉल्ड डाउन साइजिंग, है ना? कम कर देना स्टाफ। तो ये सारी जो है वो नेगेटिव बातें हैं। तो वो ये बोल रहे हैं कि वो अच्छे बन के नहीं फेमस हुए, वो खराब बन के फेमस हुए, दैट्स व्हाट दे आर सेइंग। सो वी वर रॉन्ग, वी शुड हैव सेड नीदर हैज अचीव। ठीक था, इट इफ यू। अच्छा, एक और सजेशन है यहाँ पे, जो 8 ईच का टारगेट करे ना उनके लिए है। मेरा सही होना था एग्जाम में, कैसे? क्योंकि आई वॉज कंफ्यूज हेयर, बोथ आना, नीदर आना, इधर आना। तो यू नो व्हाट आई नॉर्मली डू इज आई विल एक्चुअली वेट टिल द एंड। मैं पूरा पैराग्राफ पढ़ूंगी, उससे क्या होगा, आई विल गेट टू नो द कॉन्सेप्ट। क्योंकि ये कॉन्सेप्चुअल आंसर था कि दोनों ने किया, एक ने किया या किसी ने भी नहीं किया, है ना? तो उसके लिए आई हैड टू रीड थ्रू एंड देन फाइंड आउट। तो एंड में जाके आई विल फिक्स इट। Okay, so be careful. Always try to read the paragraph if there is a confusion, but never answer it wrong. Okay, so let's try the next one. I will definitely pick a smaller one. The fall of smallpox began with the realization that the dash of the disease were immune for the rest of their lives. That these survivors, ठीक है, तभी स्मॉल पॉक्स खत्म हुआ ना, क्योंकि जो लोग बचे उनको दोबारा स्मॉल पॉक्स नहीं होगा। दो सर्वाइवर्स ऑफ द डिजीज were immune for the rest of their lives. This led to the practice of variovalation, a process of exposing a healthy person, vaccination basically, है ना, person with smallpox in the hopes of producing a mild disease that dash immunity for further infection. Immunity को हम क्या करते हैं? That offer immunity या that provided, पास्ट में है क्या? लेट टू प्रोसेस ऑफ हेल्दी पर्सन टू इन्फेक्टेड मटेरियल कॉमन पर्सन। दैट ऑफर, अब इसी में कंफ्यूज हूँ, बाद में आऊंगी यहाँ पे। दिस मेथड ऑफ वेरिएशन was dash practice in China, India and Turkey, was common practice, है ना? फेमस है, मतलब कॉमन है। Okay, then, but this practice decreased the total number of smallpox dash by tenfold. अच्छा, नंबर है, प्लूरल आंसर आएगा, प्रीडेटर्स है और फैटलिटीज है। मैं फैटलिटीज बोलूंगी क्योंकि इसका मतलब अब 10 टाइम्स कम लोग मर रहे हैं यहाँ पे उसकी वजह से, स्मॉल पॉक्स की वजह से. सो दैट्स व्हाट दे आर सेइंग. फैटलिटीज यू कैन राइट. फैटलिटीज का मीनिंग होता है डेथ रेट. ओके. नंबर ऑफ पीपल डाइंग इज कॉल्ड फैटलिटीज. ओके. अब यहाँ पे हम लगाएंगे तुक्का. दैट ऑफर. ओके. अ प्रोसेस ऑफ एक्सपोजिंग अ हेल्दी पर्सन is led to a practice of variolation. That offer. Process offer नहीं, that offers आना चाहिए ना. ग्रामर. अब देखो सीन, अभी सीन क्या था. वेयर आई वॉज गेटिंग कंफ्यूज्ड कि ऑफर आएगा कि प्रोवाइडेड आएगा. राइट. दोनों सही लग रहे थे. तो मैंने क्या किया, मैंने पहले ऑफर उठाया, फिर आई रियलाइज्ड कि ये तो एक चीज की बात कर रहे हैं. किस चीज की बात कर रहे हैं. ए प्रोसेस. सो अगर ए प्रोसेस है तो ऑफर की जगह पे आंसर में क्या आना चाहिए था. ऑफर्स. तो मेरे को लगा यार ग्रामर गलत हो रही है मेरी. तो ग्रामर तो नहीं गलत होने दूंगी. देन आई पिक्ड अप द अदर वर्ड दैट वाज प्रोवाइडेड. ठीक है. दैट प्रोवाइडेड मतलब उसने किया था, तो हम पास्ट में चले गए. ठीक है. सो दैट सेव्ड मी द द ट्रबल. ओके. सो दैट इज हाउ आई हैव फिगर्ड इट आउट. So let's do one more and then we will learn summarize spoken text. Okay. Now this is your job. Try to answer it, please. Take your time, everybody. Come on, hurry up. Chalo. There is all. Ji. It would be reassuring to think that the dash choose who to vote for based on candidates track. The electorate choose. Dash many of us are swayed simply. है तो आसान है. है ना? क्योंकि कैपिटल लेटर है ना, तो ये तो सॉल्व ही नहीं किया हमने. ओके. Most of the time the candidates selected by students as dash the most competent, as being the most competent, है ना. As being the most competent, who also one who would had real life electoral success. The implication dash the voters too had been swayed by the candidate's appearance. The implication correlate that. The implication in conclusion, looking that most of the time the candidates selected by the most thing was also able to one correlate this the implication looking है मेरी grammar नहीं set आ रही. There is little evidence that appearance and competence actually correlate. चलो ये तो सही होगा, है ना. सो एक ते फिर गरारी अड़ जाती है. क्या करें इसका. The implication that the voters, the implication in conclusion nahi, the implication looking that voters too had been swayed. Implication looking that देखो वो तभी नहीं बन रहा था क्योंकि वो वहां पे कुछ और फिट ही नहीं हो रहा था इनमें से, तो उसका मतलब पीछे से कुछ गलत उठाया था। द इम्प्लीकेशन बीइंग दैट वोटर्स टू हैड स्वेड, यहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स एज लुकिंग द मोस्ट कम्पिटेंट, हाँ मेक सेंस, दो गलत हो गए। चलो, इससे पहले कि मेरा दिमाग अब ब्लास्ट हो जाए we'll stop the recording